Dagon. Dagon is one of the more important of Lovecraft's early stories. Written in July 1917, it was first published in the November 1919 issue of The Vagrant and in Weird Tales in both October 1923 and January 1936. In fact, the October 1923 appearance of Dagon was Lovecraft's Weird Tales debut. During the Great War, as in World War I, the narrator escapes from a German sea raider. Adrift in an open boat, he awakes to find himself stranded in a hellish expanse of black mud, mire, and slime, which stretches as far as the eye can see. An underwater earthquake has brought the bottom of the ocean to the surface. The castaway sets out to find the ocean and possible rescue, and determines to climb a hummock he can see in the distance, even though it takes him several days to reach it. When he climbs it, he sees below him a vast pit or canyon, and, being a Lovecraft hero, he climbs down into it. What is it with Lovecraft heroes and this urge to explore underground? At the bottom, he finds a cyclopean monolith. A cyclopean monolith covered with hieroglyphics and an array of shocking bas-reliefs that depict the activities of, quote, a sort of man living underneath the sea. A partial quote from the text. Quote, of their faces and forms I dare not speak in detail. They were human in general outline, despite webbed hands and feet, shockingly wide and flabby lips, glassy, bulging eyes, and other features less pleasant to recall. End of quote. And shades of the inhabitants of Innsmouth. But that's not the worst of it. Again, from the text. Then suddenly I saw it, with only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface. The thing slid into view above the dark waters. Vast, Polyphemus-like and loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith, about which it flung its gigantic scaly arms, while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds. I think I went mad then. Yes, he did. Go mad, that is. The hero flees, is rescued, becomes a morphine addict to cloud his frightened memories, and in the end, fearing the thing is about to get him, he throws himself out a high window. What an uplifting ending. According to an H.P. Lovecraft Encyclopedia, the story came to Lovecraft in a dream and may have been inspired by Irvin S. Cobb's Fishhead. Fishhead, a yarn Lovecraft greatly admired. According to the Encyclopedia, Lovecraft wrote a friend that both the tomb and Dagon feature heroes who suffer hallucinations as a result of monomania. So, no, the thing doesn't come to the paranoid hero's room, forcing him to jump to his death. He just thinks it does. Now, this story isn't my favorite. It's too slow-moving, and I don't find the hero's behavior convincing. And the ending? When the hero throws himself out the window? Well, I find that kind of clumsy. But in spite of my personal reservations, this is an important early story, since in the descriptions of the monolith, the bas-reliefs, and the thing, we see the beginnings of concepts which Lovecraft will develop as the Innsmouth people and Cthulhu. Is Dagon a Cthulhu mythos story? What do you think? The folks over at Horrorbabble think so. They open their new recording of Lovecraft's complete Cthulhu mythos with Dagon as the first mythos story, and I agree with them. Dagon is the first appearance of what became key elements of the Cthulhu mythos. And you know, I still like Horrorbabble, even though they go around telling everybody I'm dead. You fools! Warren is alive. So, dear listeners, please share your thoughts on Dagon in the comments. Is it a Cthulhu mythos story? If you haven't read the story, I put links to it in the description. Let's celebrate Cthulhu Christmas early by reading Lovecraft stories in chronological order. Our next story will be Polaris. Links in description as well. My rating of Dagon, 3.5 fish heads out of 5. And till midnight, Cthulhu for Dagon! Cthulhu for Dagon!